Hi, welcome to Zoologist Network. So, to continue our cool down, because it is summer. Remember last episode, in episode 18, we were cooling down for the summer. We're continuing that with a penguin party. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about penguins and talking about all the penguins in the world. So I want you to get your flippers clapping and your feet stomping, because we're going to get started. Let's start. Let's start with the most what you would think when you think of penguins. Antarctica. See what I mean? Because I know when you think of penguins, you think of the South Pole, the happy feet, but I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. No. Yes, there are penguins in the South Pole, but not all penguins, not every penguin in the planet. Did you know most penguins like it hot? Like the African penguin, or the Magellanic penguin, or the fairy blue, which we'll talk about later. Remember I told you to get your feet stomping? This is the time to stomp your feet, because we're talking happy feet. And when I mean happy feet, I mean the emperor penguin. So, emperor penguin. It has the most highly unusual breeding breeding practices. In winter, the female lays an egg, and then the male watches it in the spring. Mm-hmm. Now it's the largest of all penguin species, and it's and we will talk about the next, and we're gonna talk about its cousin. And next we're gonna it's its cousin, but it also lives in Antarctica. We're gonna start with the penguins that live in Antarctica and talk about first, so your preservations on penguins can cease. Our second largest species is the king penguin. Now, the king penguin is not to be confused with the emperor penguin. It does look like it, but smaller. It looks a little smaller than the emperor penguin. It's kept in captivity, like I think the St. Louis Zoo, SeaWorld, for you to see it. Just look at it. Just if you want to know what it looks like, look at the emperor penguin, and then picture it smaller. That's how you do it. I want to talk about the chinstrap. The reason why it's called a chinstrap penguin is because it has a chin strap, like a chin you wear when you're getting ready to ride a bike. That's how you know. The Macaroni Penguin is a crested penguin, which means they have hairs, like yellow and orange hairs coming out of their head, like mac and cheese, and it looks like macaroni. Mm. Just saying macaroni penguin makes me want to eat a penguin. If that was realistic. So now before I go into the penguins that live outside of the South Pole, I want to talk about the Adelie Penguin. Now, those are seen in Madagascar as the these are now these are well known. These are kept at SeaWorld Orlando, and I think in San Diego too. Because I saw a documentary on Nat Geo Wild where they showed how they made a penguin ride at SeaWorld Orlando. Now the Adelie Penguin is black and white, like all penguins. Now remember, each penguin has a different pattern, but it's like all black, all white. You know. So, and these are also seen in Madagascar. The penguins in Madagascar, in the Madagascar movies, which I will do an episode about soon. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do the lemurs next episode, because I feel it's time after we do that episode. Now we're on the penguins that live outside of the South Pole. And we're going to start with the fairy blue penguin. It's also called the little penguin because it's the smallest species of penguin. And did you know, for penguins, this is the only penguin species that is nocturnal. Now, it's also blue. It's also blue. They're kept at the Dallas World Aquarium if you want to learn more. I'm just filling you in on what you're missing. And by the way, talking about penguins, that speaking of living outside the South Pole, these live in Australia and New Zealand, which is pretty close. The land down under. Yeah. Now, for the most rare species, only found in New Zealand, the yellow-eyed penguin. It's called that because of its yellow eyes, obviously. And did I mention it's rare? The rarest penguin species in the world? I want to find those these days when I'm a zoologist. I'm going to have to. Because my slogan is, no, it's not my slogan, it's from Nintendo, but I want to be the very best that no one ever was. Now, a penguin found in Africa, specifically in South, the African penguin, also known as the Jack penguin, the Jack-A penguin. It's called that because of its donkey-like noise. These are found at the San Diego Zoo for you to get a better look. And they're my favorite type of species. Another one of my favorite species of penguins is the Magellanic Penguin, named after the maritime explorer Ferdinand Maritime in 1519. Now, this is one of the penguins that lives in South America. There's three that we're going to talk about next: the Humboldt, the Galapagos, and the one I'm talking about right now, the Magellanic Penguin, as seen in the Aquarium of the Pacific. And oh yeah, I did an episode on that. I have a penguin cam for African and Magellanic, and which you can look up via Explore. It's called explore.com. I know the party's over, but what can you do to keep the party going on Zoologist Network? Give the video a like, subscribe, and one more thing, comment. Last but not least, comment down below because I will be doing more things. And the season is almost. I'm almost done with. We're almost done with season 1. So, and I will. I'm almost done with season 1. Just a few more episodes, and I'll see you. I'll see you next episode.